So today we're a little bit more refreshed, less frustrated than yesterday. Just forgetting how to do basic mathematics. I was so tired's not right, but just whatever. This is the rig that I got set up for pulling. Got plenty of chain, not a problem. Thanks to modernization, setting stuff in, nothing comes with integrated lifting brackets anymore. So what I'm thinking is get a bolt and a chain in here, and then come back. I don't know. I probably ought to take the exhaust manifold off and get it into the back of the head. I really don't want to take the exhaust manifolds off because I'm kind of afraid that they won't come off. And things have been going fairly well at this point. So I might try reaching up from underneath, seeing if I can't get a bolt in the back of the head from the back side. Either way, this ought to be fun. Alright, well, we got it all hoisted up. It's in here. Starting to catch that cowl, which I hate these things. Yeah, everybody picks on BMW, but most of the BMWs you can actually unbolt that cowl and do a straight lift on their engines. Looks like we're bound up on this mount just a bit. This mount is clear. It looks like maybe just a little more pulling and shifting and cussing. I should be able to get this thing out. If you notice, it's at a bit, I don't know if you can tell, it's cockeyed this way and this way. I probably also supposed to take the intake manifold off. If I'd been smart, I could have opened up my 2001 Ram truck service manual, official from Chrysler, and figured out how to do this like the proper way. Instead, we grabbed a chain and a hoist and a sling and a strap, and just kind of, what the heck, we just wing it. Who needs directions? Well, after calling in a little reinforcement, we went ahead and did it. Got the engine out. Everything's available to see. The condenser is definitely a bit more worse for wear. This will have to get replaced. Yeah, but you know what? It didn't leak. So, miracles of miracles. Let's see here. We got a very crusty engine, a lot of rust and oxidation. This truck probably was from the north before we got it, and now it's back in the north. This needs to come out, but yeah. I'm gonna say that friction disc is probably cooked, and I know that I need a new throwout bearing. Shortly after doing the transmission swap years ago, I had to go through deep water and it just toasted the throwout bearing. So I have one of those for it. Looks like clutch is going to be on order though. It's definitely looking like it's time to break out the pressure washer. I got a little damage up here. Chain fall caught. Pulled that out. Maybe I'll be able to get this back down. Who knows? Alright, let's keep keep working. All right, engine's out on the stand. Hose down with some degreaser. Getting ready to break out L pressure washer. Get it. Nothing much else jumping out. Yeah, still not super. I guess this isn't as bad. It looked worse in the truck yesterday. These are starting to degrade inside, but I bought new mounts. So that's not a problem. It's actually why I couldn't get the bolt out of the one yesterday, because it had just this one in here, it just seized up. I don't know, it's probably too bright or doesn't have a filter right or something, but kind of see all the powder in there just coming apart. This bracket used to hold, I think, transmission lines. I'm pretty sure that's not going back in the truck. No trans cooler on stick shift here. I had to clean all this out too since I got it open. I did notice that, I don't know if I can get in here easy to show anybody. Maybe there. So what I thought was steering shaft play, looks like maybe lower bearing in the column. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Throw bearing's bad again, for the millionth time. The center hub and the friction disc, I don't think it's supposed to be making those noises. Okay, had to turn something off there. Springs aren't broken. The friction disc has definitely seen better days, but not the worst I've ever seen. So new clutch disc is definitely on order, or not on order yet, but in order. And I'll just have to, now that I got this out, I can measure it, because there was a 12-inch and 11-inch. I just didn't remember which one I had. Pretty good wear on the pressure plate there. This one's always been a bit wonkety since we've done the conversion. So I don't know if maybe there's a spacer or something that's not in it. It's not grooved. It's only a little burnt. A couple of hot spots, nothing bad. Flywheel on the other hand, now when we did the swap, I bought this flywheel used, and it was in okay shape, okay enough that I could service it, or it was serviceably usable. I don't know how many miles are on it. We've probably put, I don't know, maybe in total, maybe 10,000 miles on it, and it's not in the best of shape. It's got some little heat stress areas, definitely needs to be turned. Problem is, the only machine shops I know of in this area are in the big cities, like hour and a half, 2 hours away. So I have to kind of, I don't know, hedge my bets, do a little math on it and figure out if it's worth driving that far for a simple job like this, or just buying a new flywheel. I have no idea what a flywheel costs. I think largely that's going to depend on just how much corrosion and damage I find between the timing cover and the intake manifold. So, you know, whether or not it's worth it. But hell, the price of trucks these days, you know, I was telling the wife I could probably sink 10 to 15 grand into this truck and I'd still be money ahead, as opposed to buying, you know, a newer used truck or just a different used truck, you know, like from person to person sale or something, where it's you know, you just never know what kind of basket case you're going to get. You don't know what's been spit polished and what's been hidden. This truck has always been, for all of its faults and as bad as it actually is, you know, it's always been really good to us. So it's probably worth it to just put the money in this one and get going. But you always got to have your cutoff line. You know, you can't just sink your whole life and all your time and all your money and everything into a dead project. So guess we'll just see what happens. All right.